happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. I know you guys could probably already tell it's going down just by that title alone. Then we're seeing what looks to be like Fox News The 5 host Jessica Tarlov's last day on the set of Fox News The 5 after this latest segment where she just has the biggest Trump derangement syndrome meltdown I think we've seen yet. She's arguing that Jack Smith, the supposed special counsel's latest indictment attempt, I should say, on Donald Trump is justice served or would be justice served to the people. Oh my goodness, get a load of this, guys. Excited to get in this one, so we're gonna hop straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, just make sure you guys hit that like button, that subscribe button for your boy. Without further ado, let's jump into it, guys.
It is a slick move.
But because of the slow nature of our justice system, this is a conversation we are still having.
I will say the 60-day rule is not actually a rule. It's a norm. It's a practice.
It's not written in law. It's not something that is written in stone. It's a policy, a guideline of sorts. Nothing has changed to the actual text.
Once a case has begun, once the prosecution has commenced, it can continue to do so up through and including and beyond Election Day.
Judge, she said it wasn't a rule, it's a norm, and I thought we were going to return to norms.
Yeah, well, not only that, it is a rule. It's 9/85.500. Federal prosecutors and agents may never select the timing of any action, including investigative steps and criminal charges, for the purpose of affecting an election or for the purpose of giving an advantage or disadvantage from one side to the other. Let me explain something. Whether it's 90 days or 60 days, this has been a rule that every attorney general has affirmed and reaffirmed since George Bush, the first one, was president, okay? They do it all the time to try to make it clear to the American people that when the feds come in, whether to announce an investigation or an indictment, that they're not going to do it in a way that will interfere with an election or make a candidate look good or bad. Now, there was no legal reason whatsoever to bring this case right now, given the fact that it's not going to go to trial before the election. So what was the point? And I don't want to hear this nonsense about this is a continuation of the other case. If it's a continuation of the other case, then why was that charge dismissed? And why was there a superseding indictment? Why was there a brand new grand jury? There was a whole new investigative grand jury here. That tells you that this is a new indictment. So all of this nonsense is about the Dems continuing interference with the election, beginning with Merrick Garland, who made the decision to appoint a special counsel without the advice and consent of the Senate. And, you know, Jack Smith doesn't have the authority. So this whole thing is just a classic example of what the Democrats do to affect an election.
Jessica.
Judge Janine absolutely heat. This is why you could get behind Judge Janine. She calls the balls in the strike so well, saying and pointing out the obvious here. Jack Smith has no merit, folks. None at all. Listen to her.
It's just a classic example of what the Democrats do to affect an election.
Jessica, you have thoughts there on your paper?
I do have thoughts on my paper, and now I'm going to have my thoughts out loud. So Trump says anything he doesn't like is election interference. That's his favorite thing to say, and I think this is large.
Anything Trump doesn't like this is blatant. The most obvious, we can see straight through this sham case. This is a charade, another charade attempt of interfering with the 2024 election. I'm not sure how Jessica told what this is the Trump derangement syndrome that we're speaking on. She is too far gone for saving, guys. Look at this. Are you hearing it? Oh, from go.
Says anything he doesn't like is election interference. That's his favorite thing to say, and I think this is largely baked in. People who think that he's a victim of the justice system and lawfare believe that, and people think that the American people have a right for him to have his day in court and to also see the evidence presented and to have people rule on that before an election where they have to give him the most important job in the world again.
Dude, this guy literally has attorney generals, district attorneys weaponizing their office in order to come after him. They're running on the nature of we will get Trump and take him down. You're saying that this is not politically motivated? I'm not sure where Jessica Tarlov has been. Where has she been at, guys? Holy cow, this really hurts. She's going to be hurt when reality hits her November 5th. I'll say that right now, guys.
For him to have his day in court and to also see the evidence presented and to have people rule on that before an election where they have to give him the most important job in the world again, feel that way about it. My understanding from reading the coverage from back in March, so he was in a Florida courtroom, and Jack Smith's team were down there, and they explained that the 60-day rule or the 90-day rule doesn't apply when someone is already in the hands of the justice system, when they've already been charged. And Donald Trump has already been charged. Why they're saying that this is a, quote, slick move is because Jack Smith basically headed off what he knew would be coming if Judge Chutkan ruled on this again or said something. He went back, he kind of trimmed the fat off of the indictment based on the SCOTUS ruling, which you guys all thought was so great. So he took that under consideration, and he brought these same 4 charges again, but with it slimmed down and changing the language all over. So
he's trying. So in other words, he has done another attempt. He's grasping at straws. He's doing whatever he can. This is his last effort. He's another lefty losing it in order to get Donald Trump. Listen to her. She's admitting it right here, guys. I mean, at least she's admitting it to us. Done lying.
On the SCOTUS ruling, which you guys all thought was so great. So he took that under consideration, and he brought these same 4 charges again, but with it slimmed down and changing the language all over. So instead of talking about Donald Trump as president, he talks about Donald Trump as a candidate for president in 2020. Mike Pence isn't the VP anymore. He is the president of the Senate. And you're right, that new grand jury looked at it and they said, hell yeah, all 4 of those charges make sense. He should go to trial for this. He's going to be charged. It is not election interference. It is a continuation of this case, and it does not violate the 60-day rule or
more excuses on top of excuses, on top of lies from Jessica Tarlov. This doesn't violate the 60-day rule. Yes, it does. We're within 60 days of an election. I don't care if the case had already started or not. I mean, it does not matter. You're getting in the way of this candidate campaigning, being out on the trail. You're trying to tie up his campaign resources less than 60 days before election day. I mean, like, what? It does not matter. This is just a bogus argument again from Jessica Tarlov. I mean, when are they going to do away with this? This is too much.
Election interference. It is a continuation of this case, and it does not violate the 60-day rule or the 90-day rule.
Let me just say, and I'm going to interrupt here because I have to. What Jack Smith's counsel said in court, referring to this 60-day rule, he said that the 60 days relates to bringing indictments in the days leading up to an election, and is not relevant to a case that is already pending. This is a new, excuse me, this is a new indictment.
Oh, you hear that, guys? Things are getting toasty on the set of Fox News The 5. Excuse me, Miss Jessica. Make way for Judge Jeanine. This is how those lunatic lefties lose it right here. They try to get the talking over you. They don't let you get the truth out. Judge Janine's not having it here on her show. She's claiming it right now, saying, this is my show, Jessica. Be quiet. Let me speak. Oh, my goodness. And she's speaking the truth. This is exactly what I was just saying. Listen to her, guys.
This is a new, excuse me, this is a new indictment, which his own assistant said tolls the 60 days.
Jesse, it feels like they're slicing the salami pretty thin to get to this.
Yeah. You can be president and a candidate, Jessica, at the same time.
Are you
correct?
really?
Oh, my goodness. Boom, just blew her mind. Oh my goodness, Jessica Tarlov, no way. That's right there, that one line, right? You could be a candidate in the sitting president. That's what I was thinking in the back of my head. I'm like, he was still the sitting president, just like Joe Biden was the candidate. And then he was also out there running, campaigning. I mean, come on, like, he can be a candidate and the president at the same time. Listen to him. Hold up. Jesse cooking.
Jesse, it feels like they're slicing the salami pretty thin to get to this.
Yeah, you can be president and a candidate, Jessica, at the same time.
Are you really arguing what he did was fine?
Correct. Correct. I'll answer for you. Jack Smith's case got shredded by the Supreme Court when they ruled on presidential immunity for official acts. So all Jack did was reword the indictment and make all the official acts unofficial. That's all he did. Mm-hmm. Great analogy by Turley, if I may.
Yes, please.
And I'll make it my own because I'm from Philly. This is like a woman going to order a cheesesteak in Philly and saying, can I get the low-calorie cheesesteak? And the chef just cuts it in half, hands her the half, and charges her full price. It's BS, Jessica, and everybody knows it. All he could have done, as Judge said, was just wait until after the election. What if he waits until after the election, Kamala wins, and then he can refile and do whatever he wants? Or Trump wins, and then he can refile and get fired. Either way, he didn't need to do it. Garland should never have let this go. It violates the spirit of the law, 60 days when we have 69 days, and the letter of the law because they're going to be voting in like 16 days.
Greg Gutfeld, do you have any wise words?
I'd like to talk for the next few minutes about the 60-day rule.
Great, that'd be great.
Basically, I tell everyone it's 60 days, don't fall in love with me.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all you
Look,
got.
I don't think we should be surprised. Think about everything that's been thrown at Trump, okay? You've had petitions, you've had lawfare, you've had a nonviolent coup. There's something new. You've had nonstop media collusion. You had a cover-up of Joe Biden's cognitive failure. You had, 7, 8 years of calling Trump Hitler and stating rather clearly that he must be stopped and you must do everything possible to stop him. I wonder if that contributed to him getting shot. I swear, if these people could go back in time and smother Trump in the crib, they'd bring a pillow. So when you step back, you got to wonder why. It is emotional. They're not talking about any policy, no facts, just a tornado of terrified emotion. You know, there's this new petition. Do you see this, of Republican staffers? They've endorsed Harris. You know, how spontaneous is that? It's just like the 51 intel agents who planned that one. But it's the status quo. Once again, fear the one man who won't stop. And he doesn't care. So here's my plea, if I may.
Please.
Dana.
Absolutely.
If you're truly radical out there, if you're an honest-to-God rebel, okay, how can you not be in favor of Trump? They tried to arrest him. They tried to sue him. They tried to shoot and kill him. They changed laws to destroy him. They changed the way we voted to keep him from winning. They shamed, they targeted, they doxed, they hoaxed supporters. I mean, this is a moment you got to ask yourself, are you going to join the pirate ship or the pontoon of pansies?
As a pansy, you really think he didn't do any of the things?
Guys,
that
I really want to do my one more thing today. I'm going. Up next, Vice President Kamala Harris's friends over in California, they are helping illegal immigrants make a down payment on a home.
Yo, there we have it, guys. We sat back and watched Jessica Tarlov and that Trump derangement syndrome just go wild right there in that segment. I can't believe the false reality that she lives in. I mean, the delusional state. To actually believe that Jack Smith somehow be serving justice to the American people. I mean, we could all see through this sham, charade, baloney case. Like, get it out of here, Jack Smith. We can see the nature of why you're actually doing this. This guy has no merit. None at all, guys. I'm not sure why that's not being pointed out. Every time this guy goes to great lengths in order to, dive past the Supreme Court, he's trying to dive past appeals courts. He's trying to dive past everyone in order to get to Donald Trump. And he will do whatever it takes. And we can see it right here, guys. Violated the 60-day rule. Don't care what Jessica Tarlov is trying to push another lie. The narrative she's trying to push out to the people. I mean, come on. This indictment definitely comes in bad spirits of the 60-day rule. Jack Smith is totally out of line. We're not surprised, though. This pushy prosecutor has done whatever it took. He was pushing past Judge Eileen Cannon, and now he's trying to do it again, trimming down the case or trimming down the indictment. Believing in reworking the wording. I mean, I don't know. It still seems like Donald Trump was performing underneath presidential acts or presidential capacity when he was, ordering and making requests. Find me the votes. I'm not with Jack Smith. This dude is just too far gone. He's like Jessica Tarlov, guys. They go live in that delusional state, but guess what, guys? We live right here in reality, and we can see what's going to happen on November 5th, guys. We're gearing up for something historical. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. I just can't believe Jessica Tarlov actually believed this about Jack Smith, guys. Hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.